I made a video talking about how the gray rocking communication method is often really poorly received in family court. It's in the caption if you want to watch it. And I got one really strange response to it that I wanted to talk about. Like, it baffled me. And I'm not tagging the person because this isn't about shaming anyone. She's a survivor of narcissistic abuse and she lost her kids in the family court system. So I want to start with just saying that I get it. The family court system is bananas. And I agree that we should all be looking for it to change. So now that I've got that out of the way, hear me out. The commenter felt like not using the gray rock method was tone policing domestic violence victims in family court. So when I read her comment, I was like, I never viewed it as being tone policed. And so I thought about it. Do you agree? But that's not even what stirred me up. If you're in the family court system and you're fighting for custody of your children because your ex is abusive, if you are terrified that your ex will get custody, if your ex has been physically, mentally, or emotionally abusive to you or the children, I get it. And so my perspective would just be that you want to do whatever you can to protect your children. Are we on the same page so far? And so when you're in the family court system, you want to have a list of priorities. Mine would be number 1, my kids. Number 2, my kids. Number 3, my kids. Have I made my point? If your priorities are number 1, your kids, number 2, fighting for change, number 3, not wanting to be tone policed, you are going to lose sight of the only thing that matters. My belief is only that right now, while you're in the family court system, is not the time for you to be an activist for change. This woman said that she felt tone policed. It was completely unfair, and she advocated for change while simultaneously fighting for her children. And I'm telling you, I am not saying this to shame anyone, but she lost her children. And so I would only ask, did we all have our priorities straight through that process? I'm going to say it again. I know that the family court system is bananas. I know that it needs to change. A solid divorce coach is going to help you navigate the system as it currently exists. Advocacy is a separate thing. Do it when you're not in active litigation. She talked about wanting to be her authentic self. And man, do I get that. I think I just don't quite understand how you make any space for yourself when you're trying to protect your children. You really need that tunnel vision. Don't get distracted. Don't get emotional. Emotions are for therapy, not family court. The biggest myth you're going to hear out there from some divorce coaches is that family court is just biased and unfair. You can successfully navigate the current system. If your authentic self creates conflict and the judge can see that, that's a problem. That's just my take.